Hi all, Kraken Latte here. I had a request from one of my patrons, Derek Browning, to cover the topic of places to farm epic mounts, battle pets, and rare hunter pets. As you can imagine, just covering mounts alone is a monumental task. At first, I was like, holy smokes, that's so much to cover, but you all know me by now. I like simple. So that got me thinking on how best to help you in a way that is not just tailored to you, Derek, but to anyone who watches this video. So, in this video, I'll be following the advice of my favorite quote of, teach a man to fish and you feed him for a lifetime, and giving you the tools you need to become a savvy collector. First, let's do a real quick shout out to my newest patrons. Distixoff Oxid, Maxian, Mark Lamb, Herod Edhel, Derek Hoffine, Frosty Sins, Stacy, and Zake. Thank you so much for your support and welcome to the Kraken crew! Alright, let's get into it. First, let's take note of what topics I'll be covering. Mounts, battle pets, hunter pets, profession recipes, transmog, reputation, titles, and achievements. Let's start with mounts. The tool I use for mount collecting is the website Warcraft Mounts. When you first come to this site, you'll see their announcements and some lists on the side. You can search through mounts to browse, but that's not what we're after. First, make an account. Then, link it to your main character in WoW, update your collection, and bammo, the magic happens. Now, you have access to a list of every mount you own, and more importantly, every mount you don't own. But how do you know where they come from? Pick one you don't know, like Experiment 12B for example, and it will bring up its specs. The source section here tells you where it comes from, and even better, links you to the Wowhead page for even more information. And there you have it. This site really is as simple as that. Let's go over battle pets next. Similar to the mount site, I use Warcraft pets. Just like before, make an account, and then put in your main character in WoW. If you don't see any pets in your collection, hit the Update Collection tab and collect re-import pets. Now you'll be up to date. This little chart will tell you your specs on your collection, so if you want to see how many pets are unleveled or at what quality, this is handy. To see what you don't have, select Print Checklist. Choose Show Uncollected Pets at the top, and then you'll have a comprehensive list of what you're missing and where to find it. Next, let's go over hunter pets. This site is called Petopia. No account needed for this one, as hunter pets are not an account-wide collectible. Maybe one day there will be. Hopefully. Please. This site is awesome. It shows you every tameable pet in-game by family and tells you what spec that family is. Let's look at bears, a tenacity type. This gives you the scoop on all our Ursine friends by model. Pick one you like, and it will give you a full list of where this bear is and at what level you can tame it. Now let's look at profession recipes. I used to use Cruithne.net's recipe tracker, but it's recently stopped working. Not to worry though, the secondary way I track profession recipes is still good. This is the add-on Acus Recipe List. To access it, open your profession tab and hit the scan button. Then, you'll get this window of all the recipes you don't know. Sure, there is the Unlearned tab in the base game now, but it's still a bit vague on where to find some things. This add-on is a lot more specific and even gives coordinates for vendors. Plus, its sort and filter options are nice, especially for the world vendors and world recipe drops. Next, let's look at Transmog. I use a combination of things for this. The base appearance tab in-game, the add-ons Mogget and Can I Mogget, and Wowhead. The base appearance tab in-game is fine for stuff you have, but it's a bit vague on stuff you don't. Plus, the models are a bit small, so they don't do the gear much justice. The main add-on I prefer instead is Mogget. Not only does it display the gear in wonderful 3D models, it's a bit more specific on where to find gear you don't know. And if that info still isn't enough, I search the gear's name in Wowhead, which will tell me exactly where to find that item. Can I Mogget doesn't tell me where to find things, but it does make nice marks on BOEs in your bag that tell you if you know that appearance or not. So I thought I'd mention it. Now, let's look at reputation. typically, the reputation panel in-game is your list of all the factions that character has standing with. But it doesn't tell you how to get the rep with them, does it? Let's use Wowhead for that. Using the Rajani as an example, you can typically find a guide to this faction's rep listed on their page. These guides lay out how to gain rep with that faction, and voila, you've got a clear path. Next, let's look at titles. Titles may not be as sought after as mounts or Mog, but they are still something you can collect. And for the most part, they're account-wide, with a few exceptions of course. Wowhead actually has a list of all the titles in the game. This makes it super easy as you can browse titles you don't have, pick one you like, and see how you get it. Easy as pie. And for our last topic, we'll look at achievements. The in-game panel is chock full of achievements you can go after. Pick a category that interests you and see what's inside. Typically, these are self-explanatory based on what it says, but not always. If you find you need more instructions, you guessed it, search that achievement on Wowhead. I find checking the comments to be particularly useful, as other players who have done this before will share tips that could prove quite valuable. And there you have it. Those are the different tools I use to be a collector in WoW. I hope you learned something new and have a clearer path on how to find what you need. Stay sweet, my lovelies! And that's it! Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and poke that bell for more Coffee Field content. Leave a comment down below if you liked it, and remember, it's never too latte.